Hello, my name is Cheryl Mathis from Kentucky Valley Educational Cooperative. Today we're here to look at some resources that new teachers may not be aware of for the Kentucky Alternate Assessment. So first, we'll go ahead and go straight to the web page. So first of all, we'll go ahead and look at the alternate K-Prep trainings. And if you see here to the left of your screen, there's a list of different options for you to choose and different web pages to go to. And the first one I've clicked on is the alternate K-Prep trainings. And I'll have a link toward the end of the training module for this so that you can access it yourself. So we'll kind of scoot on down to the bottom. The first one we have is the combined overview and attainment task. And so we've got the PowerPoint 1, PowerPoint 2, and the video. And one of the things I'd recommend you doing if you're new to alternate assessment specifically is to go ahead and print these PowerPoints and review these. At the bottom, you'll have a training for the TAR, and the TAR stands for Transition Attainment Record Training. And so if you have students at grade 11, grade 12, or grade 14, you're definitely going to want to print this PowerPoint and review the video as well. So those are two different resources that are very crucial to your administration of the alternate assessment. The next page we're going to click on alternate K-Prep resources. So you'll see tons of good information here. The alternate K-Prep test requirements, that's something that you're going to want to review. So what I would do is print this document, and I would probably tack it up somewhere near my desk so that I could look for it and look at it. So what this will tell you is just a quick reference guide to the grades of that and the content areas that you've got. So for example, if I have a 6th grade student, I can see pretty quickly this year that 6th grade student will be assessed in reading and mathematics. So it's just a quick reference guide. Or if I have students in, say, 9th grade, I know that this year there are no assessments administered. So I can be able to figure out that pretty quickly. And then there's also a section, if you'll look up here, for the TAR. So I know that the TAR will be administered at grade 11 this school year. So print this and put it up for you to reference when needed. So the next thing we'll look at are the administration guides. So this is definitely another document that needs printed and put in a binder or a folder for your quick reference. It's the combined overview and the attainment task administration guide. I would compare this to maybe the Bible for alternate assessment. So definitely you're going to want to print that and have that handy for your reference. The next thing is the TAR, the Transition Attainment Record. Again, if you have students who are in 11th grade, grade 12, or grade 14, you're going to also want to print that for your reference. The next document or the next web page we're going to click on is the alternate K-Prep communication. And so these are emails that come out typically from Kevin O'Hare updating us on what's going on with the Kentucky Alternate Assessment. Now, I have a lot of teachers say, well, I don't really have time to read those or something like that, and I can understand that, but in this particular situation, I highly recommend that you review these emails because they have updated dates and updated things, that changes that may occur throughout the year. So in the long run, this will certainly save you a whole lot of time. So there at the top, you can see the date, which is August 16th, 2019. So that tells me that this is a current document that I need to be reading for this year. And then at the top, they always have the important dates, so I know that I'm not going to miss anything. And so specifically down there on November 4th, you see the Student Registration Database, which we refer to as the SRD, opens for score entry for Window 1. Well, and it says there in red that's a tentative release date. So I know if I've reviewed this that this is tentative and it may be open that day and it may not. So that's going to save me a lot of frustration from going in on November 4th and thinking that it's open when it may not have. So I always go back and review these emails. So it goes down also into August 26th. So if you read that, you'll know that the alternate K-Prep overview and attainment task combined training is available that day. And so that's an online training that teachers will need to take who are administering the alternate assessment. So there's also hot links, so you can click on different things and it'll take you to different links and different places that you need to be. The calendar also was released as part of this email. So the administration calendar, and I want to click on this because this is another document that you need to print and put beside your desk because it goes through the dates. So if I'm looking at this quickly, I know that test window 1 officially opens on November 4th. And then I can also tell you by looking at this calendar when it closes. So it's going to close December 13th. So that tells me that I need to have the attainment task administered to my students between November 4th and December 13th. So I know if December looks like there's going to be some bad weather, or if I have a student who has a lot of absentees, I'll know that immediately I need to go ahead and get those tasks administered as quickly as I can. So make sure you print this and keep it beside your desk. Okay. All right. So let's go back, and I'll have to click on that again as we go through that. So as I go on down through there, there's some really good information and really good resources that I can just click on. So if it's a blue link, that means you can just click on that and it'll take you to a different part. Now, he has this marked as important. And so I know that I really need to pay attention to it. And typically important things are going to be in red and links are going to be in blue. So if I click here, it'll take me back to the standards. So that's definitely something that I need to have. And then it also goes through the changes. So there's some changes this year. So reading and mathematics will be assessed at grade 10 to align with summative assessments in high school. So no assessments will be given at grade 9. So that tips me off that for grade 9 students, there have been some changes, and grade 10 students, there have been some changes. So if I'm a high school teacher, I need to be aware of those changes. So then down at the bottom, it summarizes the standards that we're going to be assessed on. So content area of reading is definitely assessed in the first 3 standards, so standards 1 through 3. So it's pretty valuable information for me. All right. So we'll go back and we'll click on the next link. So the next link, which is alternate K-Prep aligned to KCAS standards. So a lot of times teachers will ask me, well, where do I find my standards for alternate assessment students? And so here is a grade 10 mathematics, and it goes all the way down through the grade level. So make sure that if you have students, for example, in grade 7, that you go back and you look at the standards in grade 7, and it tells you the grade. So we'll start up here with mathematics grade 7, definitely print that. Reading grade 7, print that. And then science grade 7. So this is really going to give me some good information when planning my instruction. All right. And then the last part, alternate K-Prep, the AAAF, and we refer to that as triple AF, and that stands for alternate assessment and accountability folder. So here are the pieces of information that I'll need in that. So at the student information, the teacher code of ethics, teacher certificates, work samples, the attainment task scores and additional supports. And if the student is in grade 11 and I have given the TAR, I'll need that information. Or if I've chosen to give the TAR again at grade 12 or grade 14, I'll need that piece of information as well. So lots of pieces of information there. All right, so let me show you the link to the web page. So there's two different ways that you can access this. There's a QR code on there. So if you have an iPhone, you can pause the video, open your camera, and just point and shoot at the QR code. You actually don't even have to take a picture. And then what will happen is the Safari will send a message, and you'll see that on your phone. And within that, you can just tap on it and it'll open it immediately. Or there's also a tiny URL. So if you want to type that web address in, https://tinyurl.com/KY alternate, that will take you to the resource that I have just shown you. Also, there is an email address for myself, and you're welcome to contact me at any time if you need extra support or resources, or you just have a question. Feel free to contact me at any time.